Fitness and exercise is one of those funny things. We have all these different exercises and pre-choreographed movements that we've labeled bench press, squat, downward dog, and many of these pre-choreographed names have very specific visuals that come up with them. And these exercises, like the bench press and downward dog, have become staples throughout all of our exercise paradigms and program design. It's so much so that any discussion of exercises that look a little different than a traditional bench press or a downward dog is met with refusal. I actually taught at a yoga school anatomy and biomechanics, and I inferred that someone should take the downward dog because they were experiencing some discomfort in the knee and move their foot into a different position so they wouldn't feel discomfort. They did it, and they didn't feel discomfort. But the instructor was so appalled, they told that person that that was not the pose, and they had to do it the other way, the way that caused discomfort. It's funny to me because when we think about exercise is really about using adaptations in the human body to make changes so that person can get the results or the desired outcome or resolve pain points. So that means that we should be able to modify the exercises and the mechanics so that individual can get the desired adaptations while doing the least amount of harm. When you think of an exercise like a squat, what do you think of? Do you think of an individual with a bar on their back, feet flat on the ground, shoving their butt out, going down so their femur is parallel to the ground, 90-90, and all that kind of stuff? That's fine, and that's absolutely how I used to think of squats, but nowadays, and I may come across even biased against bench press, squats, and deadlifts, which I'm not. But in reality, we have to get these images and these biases out of our mind so that way we can actually open our mind and take the pill, so to speak, that allows us to see things as ingredients. If you think of a chocolate cake, you could see the chocolate cake, or you could see that the chocolate cake is made up of tons of individual ingredients. And if you see those ingredients, that's where you get true freedom in exercise design. If you think of a squat is this crazy combination of different joint systems moving together, individual joints, a talocrural joint, a knee joint, a coxofemoral joint, your lower back, your thoracic spine, and each one of these joint systems have structures that are involved that are predetermined architectural pieces that will determine how you move and what you can do. On top of that, you have skeletal muscle, and those muscles, based off of their current status and previous condition, will allow you to do more things or less things depending on the day. And those muscles follow different rules. If they're single joint muscles or multi-joint muscles, they'll have different opportunities to contract in different scenarios. Taking all of that into consideration, if we add this idea of physics on top of the equation, it gets even more complicated. Someone performing a bodyweight squat with a barbell squat versus a squat with elastomers pulling them down versus a squat with elastomers making them a bit lighter from the top pulling down, each one of those experiences different resistance profiles, different experiences altogether, and the inertial qualities with each exercise is totally different, even though the joint mechanics are exactly the same. My point for you is that I want you to rethink biomechanics. I want you to rethink your exercises. Because if you look at your favorite exercises, they're amazing exercises and they're your favorite for a reason. But if you understand the individual pieces just a little bit more, is it possible you could get more variations out of that exercise? Is it possible that you could make that exercise better? And is it possible, if the adaptation of that exercise is what you're after, that you could be open-minded enough to try a different version of the same exercise, but may look totally different and get better results? At the end of the day, the human body is the priority. And if we take this thing as the captain of the ship and we modify the physics experiences on this body, so that way we're getting appropriate profiles, causing no harm, but strategically dosing while respecting the Goldilocks zone so the individual can get the most adaptations as fast as possible, but long-term results so they don't have joint problems or other problems pop up. That's the name of the game. That's exactly what we're going for. And here's the great thing about this. There are not many trainers who think of the body in this way. So thinking of this in a business sense, this opens up the realm of possibilities for you as a business leader. This allows you in your community to do so many amazing things because there's no one who's designing exercises just like you. So I urge you, do everything you can to learn as much about the body. And if you want to talk about more how this fits into your business and how rethinking biomechanics can actually help you blow up your business practice and help you reach a six-figure income if that's what you want, helping more people. Please think about booking a business consult call. I'd love to talk to you more about your business and see if there's anything we can do to help you get there faster.